Hi. Welcome to my video. Complete and utter chaos already. I'm just trying to chill. I'm just trying to tell you about my creepy ass dream I had and then do a little deep dive analysis without saying and every 2 seconds. I think I should preface with I chugged taro boba tea before bed. Chugged that shit. Excuse me. So that could play into what I'm about to tell you. The dream starts, and I'm in a trailer park. It's a rundown trailer park. Skinny, long, skinny trailers. But it's also an amusement park, question mark. There's rides on the sides of these houses. So like where the door would be, there's also a single spinning chair. That's the ride. It is one spinning chair, kind of high up. I'm not sure how you'd get into this chair. It just sits one single person. You just spin around. And that's it. That's all you do. And then you go to the next trailer and you spin in the chair. One person, all by yourself, just spinning around. So it's the same thing at every house. The only thing changing between them is the theme of the trailer home. So anyways, the dream cuts to something completely different. Now we're in I'm not sure if you've ever been to a Renaissance fair or medieval times. I've never been to a medieval times, but I'm assuming it's like this. So it's a Renaissance situation. Imagine the outfit Shrek is wearing. That's what people are wearing. It's a food market, okay? Food stalls, food stands. The weird thing is the theme of everything is cannibalism? Not sure what that's about. But it's, let's say, a filet mignon, but we're calling it human chunks. Okay? Anyways, my boyfriend and I are there. I believe there's a friend as well, but this particular friend is not actually a real person. I've read before that a face in your dream that you don't know is just an amalgamation of faces that you do know put together. But long story short, this is not a real person. So my boyfriend and this friend are in line. I'm walking behind all of the people. I'm walking behind the stalls checking out the food, but I'm in their way. There's a worker who has to actively maneuver around me because I'm in his way. But he doesn't seem to mind, so that's good, I guess. I'm on the opposite end of the food stalls now. My food just appears in my hand. I just get a plate of food. But the thing about this plate of food is I'm pretty sure there's 3 items on it. Not large portions, but giant pieces of food. Perhaps a Thanksgiving meal. You're cutting the turkey. You grab one piece of turkey. Okay, it's that one piece of turkey, but it's this big. So I have a chunk of turkey. One chunk of turkey that is this big. Hopefully that mic moving like that doesn't sound wobbly. Also, I'm talking to the back of my mic. If I've been doing that the whole time. Anyways, one giant piece of turkey, a piece of cornbread that's probably as big as my face, and something else. I'm not sure what though. So I have this plate of food in my hand, and I continue walking, completely forgetting about the people that I'm there with, not even thinking about them at all. They're no longer involved in this story. I continue on to the dining hall, I presume. It's like a barn cabin situation with benches and hay spread along a dirty concrete floor. Delicious. So yummy. Very medieval. I'm looking at the floor covered in hay and I'm noticing all my food's on the floor. I still have my plate of food in my hand, but also all the food on my plate is on the floor. So just out of habit, I am picking up the food and putting it on my plate. So I was editing this and I don't know why I said I don't know why I said out of habit. Like that makes it sound like I'm That makes it sound like I'm always picking food up off the floor and like putting it up. But I don't do that. I don't know why I said that. But it's in a weird spot to edit, so I'm just gonna put this in. Continue on. I'm picking up, I'm putting it on my plate. I have an even larger mountain of food on my plate now. I'm looking at it like, why did I just do that? Now I have a plate full of dirty food. I don't want that. That's me putting the food into the trash can. I'm done with this part now, so I move on to what I presume is a hay bale maze. It's not actually a maze. Something that happens in my dreams a lot is I just have an understanding about what is supposed to be going on. I'm gassy. I'm trying not to get out of breath. Let's drink some water. Cheers. Okay. What was I talking about? Yes, maze. So, and the understanding in my head is I need to hide. I need to hide in this maze because someone's gonna find me, and if they find me, I will be tortured and killed. No thank you. No thanks. I'm gonna hide. The first round just happens to be a dummy round. Thank God, because I hide with other people. As soon as I walk into this maze, there's other people hiding. I just jump in with them and we're immediately found. But there's a kid in front of everyone who gets found first. So the person who finds us is like an elderly woman. She's talking to him. They're distracted with this guy. So I'm thinking, hey, when the real round starts, they're all distracted. I'm going to take this opportunity and go ahead and hide so they won't find me. I'm noticing an archway off to the left that is pitch black. I'm going to go in there. I'm seeing that it's the extra hay bales. Is it hay bales or hay bales? It feels weird to say hay bales. I'm going to say hay bales. Did you ever watch Squid Game? All the beds? That is how these hay bales are stacked. Tall to the ceiling. But there's a little bit of space in between them. So I wriggle in to behind... I'm going to lean back. My back hurts. So I wriggle in behind this hay bale. And the game has immediately begun right after I do that. And I know this because this old woman has walked into the room the moment that I slightly get nestled behind this hay. She's got, okay, there's like I'm pretty sure there's a Milwaukee brand of tools. It's a bigger flashlight. Let's say it's like this big around and maybe this wide with a little handle. Okay, imagine that. But 5 times bigger. This wide, this tall. A little old lady is holding this giant flashlight. And she's like using 2 arms to hold it. Have you seen that video where there's a lifeguard scanning the pool? They're like this. That is how that's how she's scanning these hay bales with the flashlight looking for me. Now, she's shining it directly in my face. This light is so bright. I remember doing this. Like, the light is so bright. She's shining it right in my face, but she keeps scanning. So I'm wondering, does she see me? I can't tell. So I remember like peeking a little bit like that, and then I wake up. I'm in a room. I've woken up, but I'm still dreaming. I've woken up within a dream. Okay. And the old woman that was just looking for me, who was going to torture and murder me, is in the same room. Again, I'm just understanding she's my friend. I'm also understanding she was having the same dream at the same time that I was. So I ask her, did you not see me? You were shining the light right in my face. And she never answers. And I wake up again. This time I wake up, I'm like in my bed, in my room, everything. And my boyfriend's sitting right here. And my roommate's boyfriend is sitting right here. I start telling them about my dream. When I experience sleep paralysis, it's hard to form a coherent sentence. It's hard to walk, talk, move naturally in general. Sort of like you're drugged or, not necessarily drunk, maybe blacked out. You don't, it's just, it's very difficult to talk. I'm experiencing that, but nowhere near what I normally would. I can actually form an understandable sentence. It's just slurred. So I'm telling them about my weird dream I just had. I'm looking at Kyle, I'm looking at this man, and I see my roommate's boyfriend. I'm noticing he's just squirting this much lotion into his hand. A little goes a long way, honey. You don't need all that. So I'm acknowledging the amount of lotion in this man's hand, and then I look back up at them, and I'm noticing they've sort of changed. Kyle, my boyfriend, is no longer himself. He is now a blonde woman with short hair and a fuzzy light blue quarter zip, while my roommate's boyfriend is wearing the same exact thing he just was. I believe it was Chiefs gear, Chiefs hoodie, Chiefs beanie, but the face has changed. I recognize that they have morphed into different people, but I don't seem to acknowledge it. I keep trying to tell them my story. I notice I'm a little hesitant now, like, something's going on here. So I'm still telling them my story, and then it dawns on me, I don't know these people. I have no clue who these people are. So I start asking them, wait, who are you people? What are your names? I have no idea who you are. What are you doing in my home? Who are you people? And they just smirk at me, and they stand up. I have a golden chest over here. They just go stand in front of it, and they're just smirking at me. Like this. And I'm like, who are you people? Who are you? What are your names? What are you doing in my house? And I just kept saying, who are you people? And they never answer my question. They just smile at me. And they finally say, hey, Ryan. Who's Ryan? Who are you people? What are you doing in my house? And they're still just smiling at me, and that's the only thing they say, and they say it once. I believe it was the girl. She goes, hey, Ryan. Calling as if she's calling someone from upstairs, like the little head tilt. Is someone else in my house? So I go to ascend my staircase. You know when you're walking upstairs, more and more sort of elevates into your vision? Imagine this as I'm ascending the stairs. Walking up, two man legs in jeans are exiting out of my roommate's bedroom and are now facing me as I walk up. So just more of a person is being elevated into my vision. Of course, I get to the top. I'm looking at this person. Surprise. No idea who it is. Who are you? Guess what he does? He just smiles at me. And I notice hearing some ruckus in the living room, so I move past this man. And I notice 3 dogs in my living room. None of them are the actual dog that lives in our home for real, but 3 random dogs I've never seen before. There's a Doberman, a Husky, and there's a third dog, but I don't remember what it was at all. I don't remember its breed, I don't remember its color, nothing about it. The Doberman sort of, I feel like it said something to me. I think it was supposed to be giving Mr. Pickle vibes. The Doberman says something to me and then sort of turns into a cartoon for a moment where it like lunges back. Sort of when a cartoon dog like smashes into a wall and they kind of like accordion style crunch into the thing. That's sort of what happens. It accordion styles back into itself and then lunges at me, leaps towards me to attack me, and I push it out of the way. And I notice when I push it, I'm still experiencing the slurriness of sleep paralysis, but I have enough pressure to push it away from me. I'm not having that right now. I'm pissed off. Who the fuck is in my house right now? Who is this dog trying to attack me? So I open the front door to my house and I kick the Doberman out and I shut the door and I lock it. And I turn around and I catch the side eye of a husky. It's doing this. I catch the side eye of the husky. I almost get a look of pity from the husky. It seems like it feels sorry for me. This is ignored. I continue on because I've noticed that Ryan is no longer upstairs. Not really thinking about the fact that my boyfriend morphed into a blonde woman.
Flashback.
And I get worried that he's downstairs with three randos that I have no clue who they are and why they're here or how they got into my home, and I'm afraid he's being hurt. So of course I run downstairs and I'm calling for my boyfriend. I'm yelling his name, and I come down here, and the three strangers are now standing shoulder to shoulder over here by this golden chest, smiling at me. Who are you people? What are you doing in my house? What is your names? What are you doing right now? Who are you people? They don't answer me. So I'm like, Kyle, what the heck is going on? I'm like hearing keyboard noises. This man's now playing games in the office. Not realizing, I don't understand. Anyways, he's himself now in the office playing video games. I go in there and I'm like, dude, do you not hear me making a ruckus out here? There's three random people in our home. Can you come out here and confirm I'm not losing my damn mind? Tell me that there's three people here and get them out of our home. And he's like, yeah, okay, sweetie, let's go see. So I grab a pair of scissors because I guess I'm going to stab them. I grab them for protection. And then I'm sort of behind my boyfriend, pushing him out of the office into our bedroom. And the three are still just standing here. They haven't moved. They're standing here looking at us, smiling. Okay. And I clock that one of them is now also holding scissors in their hand. So I'm pushing him out here and I'm pointing at them. I'm like, Kyle, who are these people? Do you know who they are? What is going on? And he looks at me and he starts he's grabbing the scissors from the person who's holding it, not me, one of these three randos. I'm pointing over here because this is where they were standing. Isn't that horrifying? This is my actual bedroom. This whole situation is happening in my actual bedroom. So that's why I'm pointing over here. Anyways, I'm coming out here. I'm Kyle. Who are these people? What's going on? He's reaching for the scissors from their hand and he looks back at me and he says, who are you talking about? As he's smiling at me. Douche. I wake up for realsies this time. In a sweat. I'm so groggy. Not really sweating, but I was definitely groggy. I was feeling like I woke up in the middle of REM sleep because I think I did. I don't know. Can you experience sleep paralysis during REM? That might come in one of the first sleep phases. Anyways, I wake up and I immediately walk into the office and my boyfriend is in there and I'm like, dude, what the So that was my dream. It was a little scary, and now I keep expecting to see three random people just in my room staring at me. I thought this would be a good dream to deep dive and do an actual dream analysis of. To start with, I listed the overlaying themes of what I think my dream contains before I do the actual dream analysis. So the overlaying themes that I think my dream had were comically large items, because we had the large food, we had the giant flashlight, we had the huge pile of lotion for no reason, strangers or people morphing into other things. And I felt like they were trying to deceive me and making me think they were someone that they weren't. Waking up in a dream within a dream. This happened twice, which is also scary because I woke up and I'm still dreaming, and then I wake up again and I'm still dreaming. It's a little bit scary, especially when you wake up in your actual bedroom. This is my safe space. So waking up Freddy Krueger style. I'm pretty sure Freddy Krueger is a dream guy. I think that that's what he is. If it's not, my bad. But we're going to go with Freddy Krueger style. Very realistic or somewhat familiar environments, and then just an overall sinister aspect to the dream, because none of it felt good after the food stall. To get to the summary part, I'm just going to cut to it. The trailer home actually symbolized harmonic thoughts that might seemingly not go together, but in the end, they're sequential. And it can also symbolize, because, you know, a trailer is a mobile home, it's meant to be moved around. So this also symbolizes the feeling of something permanent, but it does have the ability to change. Even the trailer park section was so short-lived But it almost seems like a warning sign, like, hey, the rest of this dream isn't going to seem like it goes together, but it does. The turkey on my plate. Turkey represents apparently prosperity and successful business, but that you need to be careful with your judgment moving forward. Be careful with the choices that you're making when it comes to the success. And it also represented sort of feeling a little bit lost on the route that you're choosing to take. So that kind of seems hand in hand with the being careful of the judgment and choices that you're making. Being given food. So I never actually was given the plate of food. I just had it in my hand all of a sudden. But I still looked that up, and being given food, again, has to do with prosperity, but it also meant prosperous relationship with who gave you the food and feeling connected to that person. Ooh la la, isn't that so cute? I love my baby boy. But the connectedness, that bitch didn't have my back at the end. So the hay, so I had to look up hay and maize separately, but hay means prosperity. This is becoming one of the main themes of the analysis, is prosperity and enjoying the small pleasures in life, to obtain the prosperity coming your way, knowing hay is sort of like a warning sign that, hey, there's going to be a lot of, get it? Shame. There's going to be a lot of work involved if you want to be successful in what you're doing. The more you do, the less you wait. R.I.P. Mac Miller, my angel. Amaze, being confused on the path that you're taking and trying to navigate life in general. Hiding is representative of something that you might be hiding from yourself in real life. Something perhaps subconscious that you're not really aware of. And the bright light that was being shined in my face, it has to do with trusting your gut and personal improvement. The strangers, I was seeing the term shadow self quite often, and shadow self just means your inner subconscious self looking inward, again, trusting your gut and confronting anxieties. If it's a somewhat sinister stranger in your dream, you're meant to try to confront it. The questions have to do with self-doubt. And then the sinister smirk. Same type of thing as stranger, just kind of had to do with confronting anxieties. Then the dogs. And it breaks down to specifics here. And so dogs in general signify either wanting protection and guidance or balancing your urges and instincts. Doberman specifically, the main thing was powerful masculine energy. Also, again, had to do with shadow self, and it was tied to some sort of demonic entity, which is creepy. But the husky had to do with balance of independence and loyalty. So overall, my analysis of the dream was just me trying to navigate life and essentially my creative endeavors specifically. And possibly having that self-doubt, like the small victories that I have don't ever seem that big enough to celebrate, even if they are. It's always kind of like, I can do more. Prosperity and success are on the horizon for me. If I keep working my ass off, I really think that's the only way that you can get what you want, is to continue doing what you love, even when it gets hard, even when it doesn't feel like it's paying off, just to keep going. While you're doing that, though, be careful of the choices that you're making. Be careful of the people that you're trusting. Be careful of people taking advantage of you, especially if they see that you're trying something new or they can sense that you don't exactly know 100% what you're doing. They will jump on that. Finding the balance between urges and instincts and confronting your anxieties when they rear their ugly heads. Just deal with it head on. Applies directly to the forehead. And also just knowing it's okay to take chances. back to the trailer park. All of these things might feel permanent if you make a choice. It might feel like it's something solid, but everything has the power to change. I have the power to change it. I can change it no matter what. I can do that. I still don't think that I really believe in actual symbolism in dreams, because at the end of the day, of course it's going to have to do with me. Of course really looking into stuff is going to compare to myself. It's my dream. It was my dream in my mind of my memories in my life. Yeah, it's going to tie back to me. I made it. That is from my head. But what is interesting is had you asked me prior to doing this research for this, if you would have asked me what does a dog symbolize in a dream, I would not be able to tell you. I would not know what hey in a dream means. So what was interesting about all of this is that these subtle things that I would think are just making a kooky dream had some genuine aspect behind them that does tie into my everyday life. So I don't know if subconsciously I do know these things, or if there is some science to it. I really don't know. So maybe there is some science to it. But this was a super fun thing to do. I love dreams. And I actually had a lot of fun doing the research on the symbolism of everything. It was really fun. I enjoyed doing it. And I hope that you enjoyed watching it. Hopefully you learned something. And if you had a kooky dream, or maybe I missed something that you know symbolizes something else, or anything like that, I would love to hear it from you. I hope you had a great time. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me. And I hope you have a good evening. Bye.